South American Immigrants by Lía Paulina Flores Lugardo. Mexico is struggling to deal with a new wave of migrants expelled from the US, while even more come north hoping to cross. Shelters that were empty 4 months ago are now having to turn many away. The migrants' hopes have been dreamed up by human smugglers who promise that President Biden's administration will welcome them. Instead, the United States is expelling them back to Mexico, where they wait along with tens of thousands of others hoping to cross. The pressure and desperation is quickly building among families stuck in Mexico as shelters and officials struggle to help them. Now let's put it this way. Imagine you run into an awkward situation, like a party with people that you don't like or they don't like you, or simply because you are not comfortable there. And when you try to leave, they just won't let you. You'd feel desperate, right? Well, it might leave you puzzled that this is what people feel in their origin countries, trapped and scared, full of violence and terror, searching for new opportunities in the US. And if you think that's the worst thing, you're wrong. Once they reach the US, they also have to put up with people that makes them feel ashamed or even attack them just because from where they come from. That sucks, right? In the United States, the federal authorities are scrambling to manage a sharp increase in children who are crossing the border on their own and then being held in detention facilities often longer than permitted by law. And there are twin increases on both sides of the border show no signs of abating. Near the crossing with El Paso, Texas, a group of mothers and fathers clutching their children were sobbing as they walked back into Mexico from the United States on Saturday. They walked unsteadily in sneakers too loose after their shoelaces were confiscated after discarded along with all their other personal items when they were detained by the United States Custom and Border Protection. Many of the immigrants said that they had spent their life saving and gone into debt to very pay coyotes, human smugglers who had falsely promised them that the border was open after the President Biden's election. Still, the immigrants keep coming, and many officials believe that the numbers could be bigger than those seen in recent years, after the pandemic and recent natural disasters in Central America whipped away like hoods. Now we have to think about the people that do cross the border, what kind of work they do, or what they have to go through. Occupation and industry of foreign-born workers in the United States. The report finds that foreign-born workers are employed in a broad range of occupation with 23% in managerial and professional occupations, 21% in technical sales and administrative support occupations, 21% in service occupations, and 18% working as operators, fabricators. By comparison, native employers workers are concentrated in managerial and professional technical sales and administrative support of occupations. The report also finds different patterns of occupations and industry participation among foreign-born workers from Mexico and Central America. Over half of these individuals work as operators, fabricators, and laborers or in the service occupation. Compared to both the native and overall foreign-born workers population, Mexican and Central American workers are less likely to be employed in professional and related industries. Yeah, we have been talking about what they do, or what happens if they don't get to cross the border, but have you ever considered that they have some other problems other than crossing? Some people even go there and can't even speak English, and that's what we're gonna talk about now. The language barrier. For decades, the federal government has understood that making its programs accessible for people with limited English proficiency is a core civil rights requirement under the law. The need for accurate language assistance increased with the importance of the subject, and screening regarding health, fear of persecution or torture, or vulnerability to trafficking the critical agencies' interaction with government agencies. Yet, although DHS comes into contact with the broadcaster range in foreign language speakers of any federal agency, it lags far behind improving real-time interpretation for many of the people placed most at risk when their needs are ignored. We're almost done, but now it's time we bring about the younger ones. What happened after they cross the border and get to the US? To their educational levels? Is it different? We're gonna watch it here. The educational attainment of recently arrived Latino immigrants in the United States has reached its highest levels in at least 3 decades, reflecting changes in the immigrants are coming from and rising education levels in Latin America and other regions, according to a Pew Research Center analysis of the U.S. Census Bureau data. About a quarter, exactly 26% of recently arrived Latino immigrants ages 25 and older had a bachelor's degree or more education in 2018, up from a 10% in 199. They are among rapidly growing share of recently arrived Hispanic immigrants who have completed high school, 67% in 2018, up from 38% in 1099. These increases have helped raise the educational levels of all Latino immigrants and shift the group towards high-skilled occupation and away from low-skilled ones. Latino immigrants who have been in the USA for more than a decade have very different education profile than recent arrivals. According to the record, about 1 in 10 Latino immigrants who are long-term residents had a college degree in 2018, part of the 54% of long-term Latino residents who had a complete high school. As migration from Mexico has declined since a peak in 2007, the composition of immigrants from Latin America living in the US has shifted more than immigrants are arriving from elsewhere in the region, and among the resulting demographic changes are shift in the educational attainment of Latin American immigrants. Well, that's all for me. Remember, we all learned about how difficult it is for people to leave their home, their country, to have better places. So don't make anyone feel guilty about wanting a better life. You don't want to wear somebody out just because you think they're selfish, right? Thank you for your attention. I'm Leah Paulina Flores Lugardo, and here's my project. Bye!